Hi and welcome to this video. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and I really do appreciate even when you make comments on the other videos. It really encourages me and keeps me going, so keep commenting, and I'm sure the others also benefit from the insights that you give. And this particular video is very exciting for me because it is based on questions I get a lot from my coaching, or people saying, I really want to achieve work-life balance. How do I keep control of my life? How do I not just lose myself in all this? Those kind of things. And work-life balance is not a magic trick. It's not a formula as such. What is balanced for me is not balanced for you. What was balanced for you last year may not be balanced for you this year. Situations are so dynamic, they keep changing. So you need to respond to those changes by planning on a monthly basis. So some of the ideas I'll share in this video are based on a lot of the reading I've done of Steve Covey, because I think he really gives grounded ideas on keeping yourself centered around principles and relationships. And he talks about the second quadrant, where you want to really pin down what is important before it becomes urgent. And of course, maybe in the beginning you have to do a bit of catching up, but the best place to operate is where you're doing things that are important to you before they become urgent. And how do you get there? How do you get to keep your important things in an important place? So these 5 steps are a good start. They have worked for me. They have worked for a number of my clients. So if you give them a chance, they should work for you as well. So the first step is to identify your roles. What roles are you currently playing in your personal life, in your work, in the community, if you have a role there, in your church, things that are important to you, but pinning them down one by one and looking at the crucial thing in that particular role. So if you think even of a simple role of mom, sometimes we get on to be more teachers than moms, so we are more concerned about homework and so many other details that the teacher ought to do, that we actually forget to play the role of mom. So isolating what mom means is what I mean. You know, you distill the role to the basic, to the things that will count in the long run, the things that you can't really be replaced. And in the workplace, things that are really core to your JD, the things you'll be assessed about, your KPIs, drilling down to those, because it's very easy to just run around doing roles that are ambiguous, or that are sideshows and not quite focusing on what you ought to be doing. So pin those roles down, take time to really reflect, and once you do that, it's easy for you now to set goals based on those roles. So you set 2 or 3 outcomes or results that you want to achieve per month on each of those roles. Remember, things are so dynamic, so you can't say last month I was in balance and therefore automatically this month I'll also be balanced. No, because you have to put things in focus every month. So what do you want to achieve this month? And make it result-oriented. So if you're a spouse, you want to think, what do I want to achieve with my spouse this month? It can be something outside of yourselves, where we say we want to plan a complete family holiday. Or this month we just want to be able to converse more, to have deeper, longer conversations. So a real tangible outcome, which you can say at the end of the month, have we actually had several hours of conversation? Have we actually sat together? Have we actually planned that holiday? So it's a small goal, so it feels easy to achieve, and it won't overwhelm you. So you do this for all your roles, and it's not a big time investment. You probably just need one evening where you say, okay, you guys just give me this 2 or 3 hours in the evening before I sleep. I need just time to plan for my next 1 month. Okay, and that clarity of the result is extremely important. How will you measure yourself at the end of the month? Okay. Once you do that, you're ready for step 3, where you develop a plan. You develop a schedule. When are you going to achieve this? So if it is the time with your spouse, the conversation with your spouse, how and when? So it could be blocking time after 8 o'clock, everybody goes to bed and we have time to just chat. It could be other strategies of that we put away our phones after a certain hour so as to allow conversation. It could even be that I will read a little bit around the areas of interest of my spouse so that I can be able to generate conversation. So it could be even to those details, depending on what your result is, your desired result is. And this for other things, whether it's a goal at work that you want to have roped in 2 more clients for your job, and so what and when, what will you do, what are the strategies, and when will you actually do them? Okay, so putting down that plan. If you don't plan, a failure to plan is a plan to fail, as the saying goes. So be sure to really plan to the detail. Then after that, believe it or not, the 4th step is to actually respond to changes that happen to you on a daily basis. So much as I advocate planning, it's very key, I also advocate for flexibility. So you need to be responsive to things that will happen that were unexpected, and you also need to be responsive to needs in your relationships. So relationships come first. So if a child or a friend or even a workmate needs you for one reason or other, you can be able to respond to them by changing your schedule in one way or another. The trick here is for you to make sure that what you're replacing with is not just a whim, it is something that is also important to you. So your child wins. I have one of my sons who plays rugby, so they won a match the other day, and it was very exciting for him. So whatever time we had said, this is our time with my husband to just chat, was disrupted that day by us making a cake to celebrate that victory. And it's okay. We are responding to the needs of a relationship, which is important to us. So you don't just delete your plan just like that. You have to really think through and see, is this disruption necessary, or can I delegate it, or can I reschedule it for another time when I am free, or is it worth changing my schedule for? Okay. And finally, the 5th step is to leave the plan. Leave the plan. So sometimes plans are put on the drawer and they are never revisited. So take a photo of your monthly plan if need be and save it in a way that you can retrieve it quickly on your phone so that you can remember often, or look at it every morning or every evening to refresh and know this is what I'm working on this month. You remember it by looking more and more often. Or if you can, get an accountability partner. It could be a sibling, a friend, or a coach who you say, this is my plan for this month, help me stay on course. Even if I'll have to cough some money as a punishment for not achieving it, kind of thing. Just pushing yourself to be accountable, especially at the beginning. Later on, it becomes a habit. But in the beginning, you might want somebody who you will share the plan with, and they can say, have you done this? Or we are not going for our coffee date next week unless you have achieved this, because you had committed to it. Yeah, so that's what. And get a tough accountability partner. Don't get somebody who is just a pushover, who you just say, you give me a break. No, somebody who will really be able to pin you down. So try it. It has worked for me. It has worked for quite a number of my clients. Give it a chance. Try it. And put your comments below this video so that we can also benefit from some of the insights that you will get as you try them out. Thanks so much for watching, and bye for now.